Welcome to Split the Defense.
Split the Defense.
LEAFS Postgame Edition. Split the Defense is presented by LaForest Electrical Contractors. Professional and efficient service since 2004, serving the Kingston and surrounding areas. Alongside co-host Craig Pearce and producer Ted Evans, here's your host, Jordan Webster.
Welcome to Split the Defense, Leafs post game. I'm Webby, here with CP and producer Ted in the booth. The Leafs win by a touchdown, completely dom Anaheim 9-2, and after that one, the Ducks shall now refer to them as Daddy. Thumbs up this episode. Subscribe to our YouTube, rate it 5 stars on whatever podcasting platform you may be consuming from, and leave us a comment. Go ahead, get in that comment section. Man, this game was over in the second, wasn't it? What a game. For the first time this season, David Alta reports, the wave has started in the arena. Now, in your experience, CP, does the wave happen in the arena at bad times?
No, never.
Does it happen at tense moments?
Nope, not at all.
Nope. This game was over. Man, Matthews is a beast. Cookie night for everyone. Toronto has a hat trick of hat tricks now. 3 games where they've had a player with a hat trick in it. What an unbelievable fucking night for the Leafs. What do you think of that, CP? What's your initial reactions here?
Yeah, awesome game by the boys. I mean, kind of a tough watch in the third period, to be honest, with the NBA All-Star stuff going on, and not the most exciting and intense game to watch. So, that was my take of the third period. But second, I mean, total domination, really. I mean, that's what it should have looked like the last time we played them. Just the Leafs are a way better team than Anaheim. Anaheim, sorry to their fans, but they suck. And it just, that's how a team of this amount of skill should play. And I mean, the best thing about it, I think, was that guys like Bertuzzi and Robertson got goals. Kind of it can be a kickstart for a more important game. And Bobby McMahon just still putting on a streak of games here that's wanting to make him be higher in the lineup, really. But I mean, he's found a pretty nice home on the third line, it seems. So that's been promising.
Shit. Bobby McMahon is the McMahon.
Yeah.
So tonight we had Matthews' hat trick again, number 46, 47, and 48 on the season. What a freak.
Yeah.
What an absolute disgusting human being freak. That's awesome. He's on the Toronto Maple Leafs, by the way.
Yeah, unreal. It's crazy too. When you're that good of a scorer, the puck just seems to find you and give you good opportunities. Even is it his third goal? The puck's just bouncing around and basically just finds a stick with a half wide open net. There's a little bit of it's the you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good scenario where it's just when you're on a streak, you have to be lucky a little bit to get this amount of goals. So. Glad it keeps going for him, and it's amazing. Just the when you're thinking about the type of goal scorer, like you said, this guy's a Toronto Maple Leaf, and just the best goal scorer by a mile. And it's this team, there has to be some high standards just for any type of season like this, because what people tend to talk about is that the letdown of the team if you have such an amazing season from a player. It was the talk about Ovechkin and the Capitals for so long, right? And they broke through, and it never was spoken about again. And so, you just can't have a season like this go to waste, where he obviously just is feeling it and he's healthy. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
Let's get into this, okay? So, Austin Matthews now has more hat tricks, which is 6, than 506 skaters in the league have scored goals.
Right.
So they've scored
Unreal.
5 goals, 506 skaters in the league, and he's got 6 hat tricks. So Matthews with 6 hat tricks in 52 games puts him now on a 75 goal pace. He has back-to-back hat tricks for the second time this season and sets a franchise record for hat tricks with 6 in one season. He's the 10th player in the NHL to score 6 or more hat tricks in a season. Those other players are obviously names you're going to know. Wayne Gretzky, Mike Bossy, Mario Lemieux, Brett Hull, Cy Dennehy, Joe Malone, Phil Esposito, Richard Martin, Alexander McGillney, crazy, and then Austin Matthews.
Wow. Yeah. It is pretty impressive. Like, isn't it Lemieux's like the last guy to do it, I think they said. And like, that's,
Was that
I mean,
95, 96? Yeah, that might have been. That looks like it was right. He scored 6 in 95, 96. It's crazy. So the McMahon-Matthews hat tricks this week make it the first time since 2009-10 where the Washington Capitals had Ovechkin, and Semin score hat tricks in 3 straight games.
right. And Bobby almost got another one tonight. Like, they almost doubled up on it tonight. He just was lacking the empty net opportunity that he got last time.
Yeah, I guess if they had another empty net, I don't think there's going to be an empty net tonight. There's
Definitely not.
No. But if they had another empty net opportunity, maybe he could have. I don't know. He can score. He can shoot 2 past the goalie, and you know what? Fuck, that's good enough for me. So here's the craziest thing about Austin Matthews. He established a new single-game career high with 5 points tonight.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, like, I can't believe that. That's
What?
insane. Like, yeah.
Leafs PR put that out, man. Are they fucking with me?
I know. They said it at the end of the game, too. Like, yeah, that's unbelievable. I can't believe it.
So he's never had 5 points. Is that what it is?
He's never had 5 points in a game.
Yeah.
Which is
Austin
crazy
Matthews.
because he's had like 4 goal games. Like, we know,
Yeah.
like, that's his thing. Never
Yeah,
picked
it's
up
insane.
1 assist on those games. Okay. Well, still, good for still.
He's had 1 4-goal game. I
Either
think,
way.
just the first one.
I mean, he's not a
Never
big
had another.
assist guy. We'll say that. Like, he
No,
doesn't
but-
put up a ton of assists. He puts up a ton of goals. So if he doesn't get 5 goals, then it's kind of hard to get 5 points. But yeah, crazy. I couldn't believe it either. But when you think about it, like, you can't believe there hasn't been just like a few of them, at least.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Unbelievable. So, round out the scores tonight, we had Jake McCabe got 1, Willie got 1, Bertuzzi got 1. Willie got his 500th point. And
Made no big deal about it.
he's the 14th player in Toronto Maple Leafs history to collect 500 points with the club. Do you feel any different watching him the last couple of weeks about this $11 million contract? Because I know we were saying like he really wasn't showing up and playing worth it.
No, like, no, I think like my opinion is kind of the same as like when, like, before he signed it. Really, it was just like, or like I guess the day he did. It's like it's too much money, but I still love the player. That's like, there's no doubt about that. I want him to be a Leaf. It's way too much. Like, for a guy who just put up like a partial season, like, they weren't paying him for what he's done in his career. They were just paying him based on what he's done this year since Brad Treliving showed up. And it is what it is, I guess, at this point. Like, I still
fine
want to
with it.
enjoy watching him play. So that's like the part I have to get by, because like he is a great player. Is he worth that? Like, no. And like, Marner's probably not even worth his contract to this day, let alone the day he signed his $11 million contract. So yeah, it's just, they're all getting overpaid, but you got to figure it out. That's the thing.
Yeah. All right. So Bobby McMahon, there's the thing we really want to talk about. Bobby McMahon scores 2 more goals. What a fucking beaut that kid is. He has got a nice shot. He needs more playing time, and I think Sheldon Keefe agrees. He played the shit out of him tonight. He got more time than Matthews. 15-12 for Bobby McMahon, 14-52 for Austin Matthews. So what do you think about McMahon, Nyes, Robertson third line, or Yarncroke third line? What about something like that?
I don't know, because like, I guess like depends who's going to be playing on the top line, I guess. Like, Nice is kind of, he's been locked in there, so if you take him away, like, I guess put Bertuzzi up there. But like, I was really happy to see Domi, Nylander, and Bertuzzi play. Like, I thought that, like, we were asking for that when Tavares was in the lineup to spread things out, and their hands were kind of forced tonight. And like, it wasn't like overwhelmingly amazing. Like, it's kind of hard to really judge on a night where you're playing such a crappy team. Like, everyone looked great. So like, it's just, I want that matchup. So like if you call that the third line, or if that's the second line, then I want Tavares on our third line when he comes back. So like, yeah, I don't. To put Bobby though, I'm
needs
okay
more
with putting
time.
him anywhere. Yeah, like if you put Bertuzzi with Nylander, then Bobby McMahon can play with Tavares, and give them another whoever winger. So yeah, I'd like to give him more time. I'm not crazy about the lineup that you just said, or the line that you said, but yeah, give him a lot more minutes for sure. I think that he's just like he's not just on a hot streak. Like this is a guy that's been able to score goals at other levels. So he's just kind of figuring out how to do it in the NHL now, it seems, which
It's
I mean,
now Bobby
unreal.
McMahon season.
Yeah.
And it's getting to be the dog days of the season. It might just be that kind of thing too, right? But we'll see if he can keep it up through the end of the year. And he's obviously going to get a shot in the playoffs if he can continue this kind of play. And I mean, I'm not saying he has to score hat tricks and 2 goals every game, but like if he can chip in and he can show that he's got offensive side, he's going to get a shot in the playoffs. But I truly think that he can't play any lower than the third line. He's got to play 14, 15 minutes a night, and I'd give him more. Like, the guy is good. He looks good on the power play. Which brings me to Bertuzzi. The Leafs went 4 for 4 on the power play tonight.
Yeah.
And Tyler Bertuzzi was on the top unit. He finally gets his goal, breaks a 19-game goalless drought. So do you like him on that top power play unit? Do you think maybe they should shift things around, or are we having the same conversation and I'm beating a dead horse?
Yeah, I mean, sure. We could try a 50-50 of everything. You've asked me this a bunch and I just have never answered it really. Like, you're beating a dead horse because I've never actually come around to give you an answer. So, yeah, like he's great in net front. Like there's no doubt about it. Like he's an excellent net front presence. So like if you wanted to put him on the top and put Tavares on the second and maybe even it up a little bit more than that, like Domi is an excellent power play player. So like, if you put even him and Bertuzzi up on the top line to kind of even them out and like make a strict 1 minute, like none of this, like minute 45 minute first power play. Do like a straight shot. And because like in the playoffs, you kind of need both power plays to take up time. You're so worn down in playoff time. If you're going to make a deep run, like you kind of have to be able to put them both out there and at least get something from a second unit. So yeah.
You're saying it's okay to put John Tavares on the second unit?
Sure. Like, yeah,
that's what
whatever.
I heard.
Yeah.
If you split it up 50-50, then you can put John Tavares on the second unit and maybe even Marner. Put Marner and Tavares and put Bertuzzi and I don't know, somebody else. And just, they're man advantage. They're a man up. Let them go fuck around out there. Like, there's guys with offensive skills on your team. Let them go show it. It's the power play. Like, I get like you want your big guys out, but if you're saying split up 50-50, put each unit out for a minute, then split the guys up into each unit. Don't just keep one unit heavy and one unit be like the other guys.
Yeah.
And make sure you split the defense too. I just got to say that.
Yeah, it always helps
defense.
on a power play if you split the D for sure.
Absolutely. So William Lagesson left the game with an upper body injury pretty early.
Yeah.
Leaving the Leafs short a defender for most of the game. Could you tell?
Not really. Other than looking at the minutes, and Lajoie gets like almost 20, so or he might have passed 20, but yeah, that's it was unfortunate. Lucky that it was this kind of a game because it looked like he got a back injury the way he was kind of pointing at his back to the trainer on the bench. So those are never good. Like that's
bad.
For sure.
That's bad. So this was what a fucking game. The last time the Leafs faced the Ducks, it took them 50 shots to score their first goal. That was the Lucas Dostal clinic that he put on. Tonight, they scored their first goal on their first shot.
Yep.
And as David Alter tweeted, it took the Leafs 57 shots to score 2 goals on Lucas Dostal back on January 3rd. Tonight, it took 5. 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, the Leafs outshot the Ducks 18-3 in the first period, and when the Maple Leafs had 7 goals, the Ducks had 7 shots. So let me say that again. When the Maple Leafs hit 7 goals, they'd hit 7 goals on the night. The Ducks only had 7 shots on goal. Holy fuck, what a domination. Does it get any more one-sided?
No, definitely not. Like, I mean, and there was a bit of pushback physicality-wise for a bit in the second period, but then, like, that kind of, they gave up on that, too. Like, these are the games where it's great to have Reeves around. Because, like, you know, Benoit probably would have had to fight Carrick in the fourth or in the third period. But, you know, Ryan Reeves skates over and Carrick doesn't want to fight him. And then he ends up doing something dumb to get kicked out of the game. So, like, these are the type of games where it's good to have Reeves. So maybe not like when you're playing Colorado, you know, or Boston. But if you're playing Anaheim or San Jose or any of the, you know, bad teams in the league, it's good to have a guy that, you know, you can actually play him for 15 minutes or so, and he has a purpose, you know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he was fun tonight. Gudas, the Gudas public enemy number 1.
Yeah.
Him and Domi get into a scrap. And then there was like so many altercations, including him running away from Ryan Reeves and boos from the fans. And it was getting chippy all over. I mean, Reeves was getting involved with anybody and everybody that was getting in the way tonight. But on the Gudas side, being public enemy number 1, do you think all the boos from the fans and the way that everybody was kind of going after him tonight, do you think that was deserved? Or do you think it's too much and time to get over it?
No, it's never too much. I don't mind the Islanders booing Tavares. You know, it's like it's whatever is you feel the emotion as a fan. Like, I'm okay with, as long as you're not like crossing any like real boundaries. As you know, like I think we all know what those boundaries are. But if you're just being like, you know, fairly friendly about hating a guy, like I'm totally okay with that. So like we could go on forever.
Get over it. Like, it was whatever. Get over it. It was last season. It was the end of the playoffs. Just get over it, Leafs fans. Like, fuck. I'm a Leafs fan. I'm diehard. I'm sitting here with the Toronto Maple Leafs on my wall, Toronto Maple Leafs Sav on my back wall. I'm a Leafs fan. Okay, I love the Leafs, but fucking get over it. Get over it. It happened last season. It doesn't matter anymore. Radko Gudas cannot live in your head. It doesn't matter. Forget about it. Who cares? I think it was stupid that they were booing him. I think it's stupid that there's so much animosity around Radko Gudas. I would welcome Radko Gudas on this team.
I would too, but I'm still going to be okay with booing him the entire time. The thing is, that's too serious.
Well, he's a Toronto Maple Leaf.
We're talking about sports. And so, like, you know, to be like, oh, get over it. It's just like, well, like, why? If it makes it more fun and more entertaining, like, that's what it's all about. Wow. Like, you know.
Why hold a grudge? I didn't think so.
Well, this is sports. Stupid. What do you mean? Like, we wouldn't hate Montreal or Boston or anyone if we didn't hold grudges. Like, that's all what sports is.
I don't have a certain moment. Like, I mean,
that's why the Blue Jays hate the Yankees, and like,
I don't
it's
know.
Just
they were
otherwise
asking
we wouldn't
him still
watch.
tonight. They were asking him still tonight about the moment when he screamed in Joseph Wool's face, or it was Wool's face, right? Yeah, and he said, "I can't believe you guys still talk about that." Like,
yeah, but like he also hasn't been here.
Nobody thinks about that. It's like, you know, it's like I feel bad for the meme. I feel bad for you. It's like I don't think about you at all. Like,
yeah,
I don't care. He doesn't care. Stop caring. Stop leaving him in your thoughts. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's the only reason he's at all relevant.
Pretend like he doesn't matter. He shouldn't matter. He doesn't matter. Gudas doesn't matter. Forget Radko Gudas. But watching Ilya Lyubushkin tonight on the Anaheim Ducks, you're saying, we should go after Bush. What do you think, Ilya Lyubushkin? You still want that guy?
I mean, it's hard to, like you said, like, we would take Gudas on the team. Like, I would take Lyubushkin still, even though, like, they all suck tonight. You know,
What impact did he make, though?
Yeah.
He made an impact, even though he didn't, you know,
I mean, he's the one that, like, made the most defensive errors, though. Like, even though Gudas was the most noticeable, it doesn't mean he was the best player. You know,
no,
like,
it's true.
It's hard to really judge a team, like a lot of these players, even their young stars, on how good they even are. Like Karlsson tonight, it's hard to say if he's a young budding star in the making, or like is Matthews always gonna like take advantage of him for his entire career. I really can't judge a lot of these players, so I would take a lot of it based on their past history and like possibly some teams can pluck something out here that's going to look better on a better team. Just like Simon Benoit, you know, didn't look necessarily great, but he has found a home here, and it's just I think I don't take much of like a scouting report from this game.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess that's fair enough. It was a pretty shit game. Something you don't write home about. Something you don't think about the next day. I guess not one game. I was just trying to prove a point. I mean, I really don't like that Ilya Lyubushkin idea. I think it's a terrible fucking idea. I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know. I would like at this point, like we're gonna be putting who into the lineup. Like if it was a 5th round pick, like he said, to get Lyubushkin on this team, like I don't know why it would be such a big deal. Like even if he, didn't end up on like your top pair, but he could definitely be a 3rd line pairing for this team.
Did we ever figure out what he makes? Yeah. He probably makes too much. Let's see what 2.75. Yeah. I guess that's not bad. Do you think he's worth 2.75 for a right shot? Fucking being right-handed, just your dexterity determines how much you're worth. Like if he was a left-handed shot, he'd be worth what, $1 million?
Yeah, minimum contract basically.
Yeah, minimum contract. He shoot right. Oh yeah, you get $3 million. Like what the fuck? That's crazy. Absolutely nuts. So producer Ted here with us. I think if he's got it ready, we have an image here. I've been told by my dad, and JD Bunkus tweeted this out tonight. He said that Jack Eichel and Bobby McMahon look like each other. He says that Bobby McMahon could be Jack Eichel's stunt double. Do you have it here for us, Ted? Well, I've got.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. One sec.
They're side by side, and the curly hair and the eyes, as you're gonna see here in a second. The nose, I mean, like you start to, it's there. Like they could be brothers. Like Jack Eichel's like the Bobby McMahon Wario.
Yeah, they could be related for sure.
They could be related for sure. You catch a glance of that guy, like Bobby McMahon's walking around, and like, oh, Jack Eichel, can I get your autograph? That could happen.
I wouldn't go that far.
That could happen, man. Don't you think they look alike? I think they do. Yeah, after Bunkus pointed that out, my dad said that to me the other day, and I brushed it off. Yeah, whatever. And then Bunkus tweets it out, and I'm like, you know what? I got to look at this. And I pull up their profiles. Like, yeah, they do kind of look like each other. I thought that was pretty
I definitely
funny.
wouldn't argue with someone if they told me that they were brothers, but...
oh, yeah, true.
Yeah. But other than that, like, they look
as
the
much
same
alike
jaw,
as Matthew and Brady Tkachuk.
For sure. Like, more so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Nate McKinnon is the favorite for MVP right now in all betting sites. But Matthews is certainly making a case with 33 goals in his last, I think it's 35 goals now in his last 31 games. Scoring 3 more times tonight. So do we have a legit race? And I'd like your opinion here, Ted.
I mean, I'll go first. It's hard to not include him in the race. Like, goal scoring is the absolute hardest thing to do in hockey, like bar none. Like there's no argument about it. So if he is this much ahead of the group by the end of the season, you have to include him in the conversation. Like it all depends too. Like what does Nathan McKinnon do? Like if he goes on a goal scoring tear and he ends up that he doesn't end up like too far behind, then I think that it would obviously go to him. But
well, he's got 32 goals and 57 assists.
Right. Yeah. Like it's not that he's that far behind, but if it's like way more than double digits, then it's a real conversation.
Yeah. It's hard to diminish the value of goals for a team. And when you have a goal scorer like Austin Matthews, that's it, right? It's most valuable player. You could factor in as many things as you want. Who's a more complete player? That's not really the question. Who's more this? Who's more that? It's the most valuable player, I guess. And that, I don't know, that's going to come down to like who votes for that. Is that it's players and GMs that do that? I'm not sure, but
mostly media, isn't it?
I'm not sure who gets
Chris Johnson gets the vote.
Groups,
I know that.
Okay, well, so Matthews is going to get the MVP.
It's a lot of Toronto people. Yes.
Yeah. No, I see it though. I see the validity of it for sure. yeah, we might have a bit of a battle to see. I think both can. If you're going McKinnon or Matthews, I think they both have some good, some good weight in that fight.
The one thing is that there's a lot of runway until the actual end of the season. So, it could be quite obvious by the end of the season, or it could be quite tight. But
yeah, good point. Yeah.
So here's another one. The last thing I wanted to hit for the show here. Jersey hasn't lost more than 3 in a row, but also hasn't won more than 3 in a row this season. That's a weird stat, I thought. Yeah. So I wanted to look into it for the Leafs, because I thought, if you haven't won more than 3, how are you going to win a playoff series? Well, the longest win streak during the regular season for the Leafs this year is 4 games. They've done that 2 times. The longest losing streak this year is 4 games. They've done that 2 times.
Wow.
What does that tell you? And that makes you think about these stats that we read out and talk about all the time, and which ones are important and which ones aren't. So is that an important stat or not important stat? Is it important or is it trash?
I mean, it's slightly trashy in my opinion, because you don't have to win 4 in a row. You have to win 4 before the other team, but you just really need to get 2 in a row and then trade the rest of them. So I think a lot of away wins to me is a good, as long as you're good at home, but depending if you have to be able to win on the road, I think, to be a good playoff team. And so I think some things are that are more important, but the not winning more than 3, I'm okay with the 4 being the streak for the Leafs, but the 3 for New Jersey, they are kind of a concerning team. They have been missing Jack Hughes for a while, but they're nowhere near as good as everyone thought that they were going to be. So I think that's part of them, is they're kind of disappointing in entirety this year. There's a lot of teams, there's a lot of reporters and media people that we're calling them for cup winners at the beginning. So, they need to improve for sure. So do the Leafs. But what's the streak for Colorado? That's what I would like to know, because that's a team that I really think is a playoff team. So do they have streaks of 6? And then if they do they also have losing streaks of 6? But I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. So you have those really even out teams. So do you think Toronto's in the same category range as New Jersey, in that concerning range? Because, I mean, they're winning, they're doing it, but that's kind of, to me, it's you're not too high, you're not too low, you're kind of even. I don't really know what to think of that. When I saw jerseys, the reason I want to talk about this is because when I saw this stat come up for New Jersey, I thought, oh wow, they're going to be shit in the playoffs. That doesn't give you very much hope as a fan that they're going to win. But I mean, I guess they haven't lost more than 3 in a row either. So if they lose 3 in a row, they're going to win 1. But I don't know, if they win 3 in a row, then they're good, because they're not going to lose more than 3 in a row. I don't know, how do you take all that? And is that important or is it not? And you think it's not, basically, right?
Yeah, the one thing with New Jersey, to say that they're in the same boat, is it's okay to be in that boat for New Jersey, because they're kind of a bit of an age group under the Leafs. They're still in that learning category. They're only good recently. Just last year, they were basically their first year of being good. So I think that for them it's fine. If it doesn't pan out this year, it doesn't pan out. But the Leafs are kind of in this section of they got to be good. There's just, everyone's now in their prime, and so there's no choice but to be good. So if I say that, it's a little more disappointing as the Leafs fan, but doesn't mean that I would also probably take the Leafs over New Jersey in the playoffs at this point too, just because a lot of New Jersey's success relies on Jack Hughes, and he's not the most durable of player. So I guess it would kind of just depend on his success, I think, determines their success a lot more than the Leafs.
That's fair enough.
That's just an outside opinion. I'm not watching every New Jersey game, right? So.
Yeah, I don't watch much New Jersey, but yeah, he definitely, a lot runs through him, and when he missed that time, it really fucked their season up. So you can look at it like that. I was just trying to find the odds to get, because if we think Matthews has a good chance, maybe we should put some money on that. It's probably plus 1,000 or plus more than that. Make a little bit of bank back.
Yeah.
So I guess I do have one more thing here. There was a goal called back on Anaheim. Probably not going to be a long conversation. That was probably as clear goalie interference as I've ever seen in my life and been able to call. Do you agree with me, or do you think it could have still went either way?
I thought it was goalie interference. I didn't really look at it that hard. Like I said, in the third period, it was hard for me to care. But I thought it was goalie interference. So that was actually low key important for Jones, I think, because it kept his numbers at really, really good numbers. So I think he needed to bounce back himself. This was a good game for Jones, just because his last 5, they kept putting it on the broadcast, and yeah, it wasn't good. He's 1-4 and 8 something his save percentage. So yeah, this one was probably good for him, and I'm not sure when his next game will be, but he's kind of settled into a true backup, and Wool is now practicing. So we'll see what happens with the goalie market, but good to see him have a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. So Toronto is back in action on Monday at 1 p.m. As they head to St. Louis for a Family Day game. Can the Leafs shut down the Blues again?
Hopefully. I don't know. We will
Great
see.
Answer. That's good radio, CP.
Yeah, you're welcome. St. Louis is they're in a middle team, so I'd say that it's going to be a good game. So as long as the Leafs can come out and put on a good performance, then I think that should be a fairly easy win. But we'll see. You never really know. Every game, I came into this game, I was like, is it going to be 6-0 or is it going to be 4-2 for Anaheim? I have no idea.
Excellent. That's a much better answer than hopefully. Awesome, CP. Okay, well, as always, after that game, we will be here to chat about the game. For now, that's a wrap. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. Please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube. Rate us 5 stars on all the podcasting platforms. If you really like us, feel free to leave a review. You can find us on X and all the other socials. We're at STDP Hockey on X and Split the Defense everywhere else. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to Split the Defense,
Split the Defense.
Leafs Postgame Edition. Hosted by Jordan Webster, Craig Pearce, and producer Ted Evans. Split the Defense is presented by LaForest Electrical Contractors. Professional and efficient service since 2004, serving the Kingston and surrounding areas.